Well, Grant, what? We expect in a veteran-heavy matchup like this?
You know, B.A., it typically means we'll get a clean game. These guys have been around for a while and know how to take care of the basketball.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. We've got Maxey, George out there with Joel Embiid, and it's Grimes in at the 2. And Chris Dunn gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
George's shot is off. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for the Clippers. Three-pointer, Harden nails it from beyond the arc.
No three is really a bad three when Harden shoots it.
Here's Maxey. Pass to George. And there's the screen. Jacks up a 3. Jones grabs the board.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot. That's their plan to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
And Kawhi Leonard gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Philadelphia has gone 0 for 2 from outside. And you watch Tyrese Maxey, Clark. He's so good at creating offense.
Yeah, he can get that thing rack to rack and downhill in a heartbeat, VA. In the break and in the pick and roll, he puts tons of pressure on the defense because he's so quick. And he knows how to use angles, too. And he can shoot it from deep, so he's got the full package. Not known for a quick release, but Embiid showing he has that ability as well.
Oh, George with a steal. And here comes the break. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Harden, the pass to Dunn. 5 on the clock. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. A nice shot by Grimes. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
Yeah, on top of that, they've been resourceful defensively, generating scoring opportunities by forcing turnovers. Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet them.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Yabusele. Drops in the layup for 2.
Always able to see the complete floor. Maxey, great vision.
Harden against George.
76ers foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
Dunn outside. Out to Leonard. Pass to Harden. Shot clock at 5. Shot from the top of the key. And the Clippers again with a bucket.
Man, it's fun watching Harden use the pick and roll to his advantage, getting space off the screen and letting it fly with ease.
It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed, owners have changed, and now they're postseason regulars in the league.
Now here's Harden. The rebound by Embiid. Now Philadelphia with it. They're on a 12-4 run. George outside from deep three-point land. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Man, you've got to like the way George puts the right touch and arc on his shots from deep. He's an outstanding shooter from range.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Maxey. Here's Embiid. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Thunderous throwdown that time from Joel Embiid.
Pass to Harden. Fires it. And again, it's the Clippers converting.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
For three, Maxey. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
With the speed at which Maxey plays, that pull-up is almost impossible to deal with.
Now here's Zubac. Leonard on the wing. Launches it. The rebound by Yabusele.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Ooh, poked away. Here we go, one-on-one. Harden finds Zubac. Dunn outside. Outside for Harden. Leonard with a screen on George. And he lobs it up top. George with a steal. That shot off the mark. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 9. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, guys, what's your take on the Sixers so far?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Drew Eubanks out there with Nicholas Batum. Then it's Norman Powell. Then there's Bogdan Bogdanovic. And it's Simmons in at the point. That's the group for the Clippers starting the second. And Oubre gets it to go.
Not a bunch of energy from the defense, which is why he was free to knock that down.
On the attack, Simmons. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers, among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity.
This is his second trip to the line in the game.
And you know, with his free throw percentage being where it was last season, it changed the way teams defended him. I mean, there were no easy baskets. He was going to get fouled anytime he got near the rim. They were going to make him earn his points at the line.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Outside Bogdanovic. Knocks down the long J. Bogdanovic has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
And this is why Bogdanovic is a vital cog in this offense. It's his ability to stretch the floor like that.
Oubre on the wing. Eubanks defending. Out to the right wing. Here's Drummond. The rebound by Ben Simmons. Clippers trail by 6. Chalk up 2 there. Simmons has got 7 now in this quarter.
Boy, Simmons so dangerous in these open floor situations. I love his aggressiveness in getting to the right spot.
Edwards, a pass to Walker. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Batum outside. The three-pointer off the mark. Philadelphia leading by 4. And there's the foul. It'll go on Norman Powell. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Bogdanovic against Walker. Pass to Drummond. Outside Walker. They get it again. Outside Edwards. Drummond to screen on Powell. Edwards, the pass to Drummond. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drummond double teamed. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Bogdanovic. That's his first foul of the game.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Now here's Walker. Still no points. Philadelphia with another miss. Batum, left side. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Far from just a perimeter shooter. I like seeing Batum go to work in the painted area.
Walker passes to Edwards. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Edwards got 4 points this quarter.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Right side, Simmons. Pass to Powell. Back to Simmons. Knocks it loose. Powell with it. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Simmons, no good. The Sixers lead by 4. And here's Oubre from the arc. That one's in there. Drummond with the assist. Oubre's got 6.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
And Andre Drummond is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. 4th team foul.
1:19 left in the second quarter. Here's Simmons. Pass to Eubanks. Outside Bogdanovic. Just 5 to shoot. Left side Simmons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 9 points in the game.
Simmons really comfortable in tight, and he's so skilled, he makes it look easy scoring inside.
Edwards a screen on Simmons. Oubre finds Lowry. 46 seconds left to play in the first half. Oubre a screen on Powell. Edwards no good. Clippers trail by 5. And Powell with the stuff.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Lowry, no good. And so it's Bogdanovic with it. He brings it up for the Clippers. Powell outside. Pass to Bogdanovic. 11 seconds left in the first half. Simmons. And it's Simmons slamming it home.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Philadelphia on top, leading by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Really an incredible game from Ben Simmons.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. They've got Joel Embiid. Paul George out there with Tyrese Maxey. And it's Yabusele in at the power forward position.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Clark, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after, what was it called? The process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. And their fans certainly deserve good times for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
We know Kawhi Leonard is a former Finals MVP. Jimmy Butler said, there are guys that are like, quote, I'm going to find the best way to win. In a 7-game series, I'm going to get the best of you in the end. Kawhi's definitely up there. Whatever he's got to do, he is going to find a way. And Brian Butler would know a thing or two about that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you know that. No question about his abilities. So it's Philadelphia now, after the Clippers picking up a basket just a moment ago. George passes to Maxey. From outside the arc. Sends it home from three-point land. Maxey's got 9.
How about the ferocity from him right there? This guy is relentless.
Knocked away. Now here's George. He has 6. Lays out of bounds. It'll be the Clippers ball. Two minutes into the second half of play now. Harden into the lane. Pass to Leonard. It's good. Off the assist from Harden.
Tell you what, that's one of the things I love about Harden's game. I mean, he's a dime dropper elite.
Now here's Embiid. George, a screen on Zubac. And it's Derek Jones with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
George against Leonard. George scanning the floor. Pass to Embiid. Just 4 to shoot. There's the triple. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Dunn, the pass to Jones. Out to the wing. George against Harden. For the lead. And it's good on the lay-in. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
In attack mode and looking to score whenever he can, this is Harden at his best.
It's stolen by Leonard. Kawhi finishes inside. So good at the rim.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Obviously, everyone knows about the defense of Kawhi Leonard. But Grant, his shooting is overlooked.
Yeah, you know, he's at about 40% from 3 for his career. You combine that with his wing defense, you get a one-of-one player capable of carrying a team.
And the Clippers going with a whole new group out there. Outside Bogdanovich. Simmons with a screen on Lowry. Bogdanovich passes to Batum. Back to Bogdanovich. To the inside. From 6 feet away. And there's Simmons on the assist by Bogdanovich. Simmons has got 13 now.
You know, this is Simmons at his most explosive, and we are seeing the vast array of his skills on display here tonight.
Now here's Oubre. He's got 6. To stop the run. Doesn't go for him. The Clippers lead by 5. Simmons looking around. Bogdanovich with a screen on Walker. Simmons against Walker. Simmons, the pass to Batum. Now here's Simmons. Tight defense on him. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And Simmons is quite used to being in tight spots. So smart and clever at finding ways to get out of them.
Pure from three-point range.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped. That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Bogdanovich against Oubre. Three-pointer. The shot no good. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers leading by 6 as we wrap up. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oop, alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Nicholas Batum out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Drew Eubanks. Then it's Ben Simmons. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And it's a completely new group for the Clippers. Some changes for Philadelphia. Zubac finds Leonard. Outside Jones. Zubac with it. Pass to Leonard. Harden with it. Guarded now by George. And here's Zubac outside. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now. For 3, Maxey knocks it down from distance. And it's all knotted up.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
Up top, Harden. George defending. To the left side wing. Oh, Leonard right through the defender.
You know, a little bit of contact will not bother Leonard at all. I mean, he's so strong as a player, it's part of the deal for him.
Maxey on the wing, defended by Dunn. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
And the 76ers making a change here. Oubre's checked in. Now here's Harden. Screen by Leonard. Harden into the lane. Takes the 3. The shot by Dunn, no good.
Hey, sometimes you miss even under the best of circumstances.
Pass to Embiid to take the lead. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Clark, one of the league's premier scorers. Embiid does a lot of damage in the mid-range.
I tell you, for a guy as big as he is, I just marvel at his touch, his footwork, and the fact that he scores at all 3 levels. He scores at the rim, mid-range, he's dangerous, and then the 3-point shot is one that he can knock down with decent regularity. So at his size, most would like to see him attack the rim more, but I still marvel at his versatility as a scorer.
Now here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard gets a whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul so far.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Here's Maxey. Hey, now. Five for 8, shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
Maxey, an exciting player to watch. So unpredictably hard to guard.
Leonard with a screen on George. Harden drives in. Leonard passes to Jones. And that one is stuffed right through.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
And the foul called on Paul George. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game. Ben Simmons is checked in for Jones. 4th quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. Harden, the pass to Dunn.
2 minutes remaining.
Leonard against Maxey. Pass to Zubac. Just 5 on the clock. Leonard with the ball. Guarded now by George. Here's Harden. Embiid with a nice defensive effort. Philadelphia leading by 4. Outside Oubre. To the middle. It's stolen by Leonard. In transition, here they come. Oh, a dunk and a foul. A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. Kelly Oubre picks one up. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the 76ers?
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
They've also found...
And with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to use their coach's challenge, asking for a review. This could be a big call.
Disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
During that last break, Coach Tyronn Lue had some advice for the team. He had some words of confidence for his team, saying all it takes is a few chances. We make a few plays down the stretch, we can steal this thing from them. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Allie.
The and one puts a little extra insurance on their lead. What a play.
Leonard with a screen on George. Leonard outside. Launches a three. Rebound by Philadelphia. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Three-pointer Embiid. The rebound by Simmons.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. And here are the 76ers. They're on a 17-6 run. And it's Maxey missing. This is what it's come down to.
Yes, indeed. A monster possession.
Leonard finds Zubac. Three-pointer, Harden. It falls! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Man, they're getting a fantastic effort from James Harden.
And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
Now here's Maxey, defended by Dunn. Inside, here's Embiid. Yes!
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Shot by Leonard, no good. And George launches it from deep. Misses the shot. So a close game sees Philadelphia taking this one. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the music. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking for
Apollo Bank. And it's Bitadze in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, Leonard and Jones slot in at the small and power forward. Harden out there with Dunn. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. And here is Suggs. Off target from three-point range. They break the way Orlando ended last season. That's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars. This team relies on that shot from Kawhi.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Isaac a screen on Hart. On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity. Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Down against Suggs. Caldwell Pope for 3. It's hauled in by Zubats. Quick start here for the Clippers in this one. And Jones slams it in.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
And this is a guy who is really comfortable with the ball in his hands. Suggs so dangerous in the pick and roll.
Orlando shooting their first free throw of the contest. Greg, looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Bitadze. Back to Suggs. This one for 3. Good on the three-point shot. Suggs has got 6.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Leonard sets a screen for Harden. Here he goes. All sorts of time. It's hauled in by the Magic. Caldwell Pope feeling it out of it. Let's go. It's hauled in by Dunn. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far.
Oh, get up, James. Talk about a guy who scores from all 3 levels.
The Magic trail by 5. Suggs with the ball. Jones covering. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Harden kicks to Jones. Kicks it out to Leonard. Jacks up a 3. Connects from three-point range. 6 points for him.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And just a smooth customer off that pick and roll. KCP making a quick assessment and decides to take it for himself. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Orlando's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Banchero inside. He's covered by Leonard. Banchero, that's good.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Harden with a screen on Isaac. Leonard. The rebound by Batadze.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
The Magic have made their only other free throw attempt today on an earlier trip to the line.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
The Magic have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Things really clicking for them at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Banchero outside. Tracks in the tray. Banchero's got 5 points so far.
And he's got a nice fluid motion on his long-range shots. I think Banchero will be a consistent three-point shooter at the NBA level.
1 second left. Here's Isaac. Keelan Suggs has been leading the charge for Orlando. He finishes with... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
So with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. We've got Bogdanovich. Powell is out there with Batum. Then there's Drew Eubanks. And it's Simmons in at the one spot. GA, when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's the three-point shooting, specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Clippers are inaugurating their new arena this season, and they're set to host the All-Star Game next season. It will mark the 7th time that the LA area has hosted the All-Star facilities. Kevin, there will be no shortage of stars in attendance.
That's always the way it is in LA. You're so right, David. It ought to be quite a spectacle. Now, here's Batum. Still scoreless.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
So it's Orlando now after the Clippers pick up 2. A nice shot by Black.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Wagner outside. Pass to Black. Kicks it out to Wagner. 5 on the clock. Here's Anthony going inside, and it's Anthony with the jam.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And here's a guy who loves playing inside. Simmons can play some bully ball down low.
Anthony drives in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Simmons sets a screen for Bogdanovich. Right side, Simmons. Back to Bogdanovich. Simmons. It's good on the putback.
And the length of Simmons using this as well as that athleticism to pull in the offensive rebound.
Wagner passes to Wagner. And it's off from three-point range. And so Powell will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And stand after a few down years, the Magic has been recaptured here in Orlando.
It sure has, Kevin. They've had great draft picks. They have a couple of young franchise cornerstones. They've got size. They've got guys who will continue to improve. This team's got a chance to be really, really good going forward.
Here's Black. Back to Anthony. There's the screen. Drives to the hoop. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And a good physical play there from Simmons. Not letting the foul stop him from getting that shot off.
And Simmons drops them both. Orlando leading by 5. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Kicks it out to Wagner. Pass to Wagner. From the corner. Eubanks grabs the miss.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
Powell dishes to Batum. Now here's Simmons. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. 8 points for Ben Simmons.
An all-around player. One of Batum's roles is to make the defense pay when they leave someone open.
Wagner finds Wagner. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Here's Bogdanovich. Count that one. Bogdanovich has got his first points in this one.
And flashing the athleticism on the drive. When Bogdanovich spots a lane, he attacks it.
Anthony looking it over. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Anthony's got 9 points now in the quarter. Outside, Simmons. On the wing, Batum. Simmons sets a screen for Bogdanovich. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Ben Simmons. So the wing on the left. Here's De Silva. And no good in the last second attempt this time. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Well, thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Checking out the group for Jamal Mosley to start the second half. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Paolo Banchero, and it's Bitadze in at the center, locking down the middle.
Known for his incredible defense, Leonard's huge hands and timing really helped make an impact on that end.
People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
Banchero kicks to Suggs. Isaac a screen undone. And that one is good from Suggs.
And really good habits paying off for Suggs. He's finding shots and drumming up points for his squad.
Harden the pass to Leonard. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
At the line for LA, and 2 shots. The play is under video review under NBA rules.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Clippers trail by 4. Outside, Jones. Pass to Leonard. Jones against Suggs. Clock at 6. Leonard, the pass to Jones. Back to Leonard. Second shot opportunity. And it's Suggs with the rebound. Orlando leading by 4. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. Pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Why, such a fiery competitor. He won't back down in the face of adversity.
Orlando's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Stolen by Zubac. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Dunn kicks to Leonard. Harden sets the pick for Leonard. Rebound by the Magic. Suggs has got 4 rebounds in this game. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Caldwell Pope's got the lead up to 8 now for Orlando. Harden looking it over. Shoots. Rebound by Paolo Banchero.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, I like the concentration there. Isaac showing how skilled he is on the block. Feels like no one can stop him.
Now, here is Harden. Makes it off the glass. Harden's got 6.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, I'm not a system player, I am the system?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that, but Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
And the Clippers with a whole new lineup now.
Substitution on the court.
Wagner against Simmons. And finished off by Wagner.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
The drive by Simmons. They get a hand on it. Eubanks the pass to Pop. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Count it. Good.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
For Los Angeles, they have shot 6 of 7 at the line. The free throw drops for Pop. 29 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Black. Pass to Wagner. 3-pointer. Eubanks grabs the miss. Eubanks got 4 rebounds in this game. Powell dishes to Bogdanovich. It'll count. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. So with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Bogdanovich out there with Simmons. Then there's Drew Eubanks. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Batum in at the four-man position. Bogdanovich, no luck.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
And here is Simmons after the three-pointer from Cole Anthony. Count it.
Coach has to be happy with Simmons' intensity tonight, fighting hard for his looks on offense.
Simmons against Wagner. Pass to De Silva. Black in the post. Bogdanovich on him.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
It shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
Orlando leading by 9. Outside Anthony. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Here are the Magic now. Norman Powell unable to get his last shot to go. So, Stan, we have a second-generation player in front of us, and next to us is dad, Cole Anthony. He has his dad's gift, don't you think, for passing the ball?
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot more scoring gift than his dad had. You know, and the thing I love about what Cole has done, though, I respect so much, is he's accepted that role coming off the bench, and he's been such a great weapon for them.
Now Isaac. James Harden missing on the three. Kicks it out to Banchero. Shoots it up. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. And Harden with the basket on the assist from Zubac.
And putting so much pressure on your defense. James Harden, a menace offensively.
Leonard, that's for 2. Zubac finds Leonard. Fires the 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen. It doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Banchero, that's good.
Oh, good to see that Banchero has options if he can't penetrate. Your game has to be multifaceted in the league.
And it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's his first foul. And Orlando making a change here. Suggs is checked in. And here's Harden for 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Led by as many as 14 points. Magic leading by 10. No one near Suggs as he lets it go. Offline with his 3. The Clippers running out of time. Dunn, wide open, he fires, and the Clippers miss again. And here's Caldwell-Pope. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic from deep three-point land. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Caldwell-Pope against Harden. From the arc, hits the three-point bomb. And the Magic lead by 13.
Solid elevation there. A consistent point of release, and KCP with excellent shot mechanics.
And the basket by Harden.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Leonard, that's for two, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Leonard's got it back down to single digits for the Clippers. Orlando's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Buries it from three-point range.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Done against Suggs. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Six to shoot. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Here's Bitadze. His three-pointer's off the mark. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me and top down with the...
presentation. So a look at our starters for Orlando. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Banchero. And it's Batadze in at the 5 down low. And for the 76ers, they've got Joel Embiid. Paul George out there with Kyle Lowry. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. Both of these teams get the benefit of having a deep roster.
Yeah, it's a luxury these days, honestly. Resting stars, truly trusting your second unit, all keys to a successful and well-rested squad.
Here's Grimes. George outside. The 3. It's rebounded by Batadze. Now here's Suggs. Pass to Banchero from the arc. Sinks the tray.
You know, I know some would like to see Banchero increase his shooting range, especially since he doesn't have a solid shot from behind the arc.
Embiid, a screen on Isaac. Now Embiid. Back to George. Three-pointer. That's good from Embiid on the assist by George.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drained a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's Caldwell-Pope. Drives to the hoop. Suggs outside. Isaac with a screen on George. 5 to shoot. Oh, George with a steal. Out on his own on the break. And the jam by George.
Nice job by George to get out, run, and complete the break.
Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. I asked him how he plans to slow down Paolo Banchero, and coach told me, look, he's an all-star, so you've got to guard him with your whole team. He's big, he's strong, he can punish you down low, but he's also quick and has the ability to beat you on the perimeter. We'll have to be disciplined tonight, B.A.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Isaac with the steal. Well, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Banchero no good. For Philadelphia, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Kicks it to George. And that comes off the assist by Lowry.
And the defense has to be more aware of Paul George. You got to know how fast his trigger is.
Batadze with a screen. The 3 is up. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Pass to Embiid. It's tipped and stolen by Suggs. Banchero outside.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Picked by Isaac. Here's Caldwell-Pope. Six on the shot clock. From downtown, and the three-pointer goes.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Magic leading by 4. Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Isaac against George. Embiid, a screen on Isaac. The 3, George drops in the 3. George has got 7 points.
With an efficient jump shot and limitless confidence, man. I tell you what, George is a threat from just about anywhere on the floor.
Now here's Banchero. He has 6. Back to Suggs. Pass to Batazzi. Here's Caldwell Pope. Rebound by Philadelphia.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
That evens the score. 10 points for him.
Yeah, just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Banchero outside. Pass to Batazzi. Left side, Caldwell Pope. Oh, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over.
Sixers ball.
And George launches it from deep. No good. Would have counted had it gone. Paul George. He's feeling it tonight. He's been... And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
We've got Walker, Kelly Oubre out there with Edwards. Then it's Maxey, and it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And he gets it to go.
Not exactly what Coach wanted coming up the floor, but he'll take it.
Outside Maxey. Outside Edwards. He buries it from 3. Edwards got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And what a breakout 4th year for Tyrese Maxey. Named to his first All-Star game in 2024, Richard.
When the Sixers traded away James Harden, it really opened up things for Maxey. Gave him the ball more responsibility, and you know what? He showed up.
Now here's Anthony. Tries again. Pass to De Silva. Wagner on the wing. 3 on the clock. 3-pointer, Anthony. That shot is off.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, the Sixers' 2 stars make a great pairing. Maxey, said of Embiid, since I was a rookie, he's had the ultimate faith and believed in me. And Embiid said of Maxey, he's something else. Always smiling with the same energy. Good games, bad games, always the same. People like that set the tone for everybody else. Brian?
That's a good call, Allie. Thank you. For 3, Maxey sinks it from distance. And the 76ers lead by 1.
That is how you respond to Maxey with the 3 of his own.
Here's Black. Off target from 3-point range. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. For 3, Maxey on target from range. Maxey's got 6 points.
That sudden move off the pick, Maxey is tough to stay with defensively.
Here's Anthony. It's hauled in by the Sixers. Maxey on the wing. He's got 6. That's his 3rd basket and 5 shots. Solid work.
Continuing to work. No give from Maxey, even amongst the bigs.
Pass to De Silva. Wagner with it. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defense is disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano a mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Here's Maxey following the bucket by the Magic. Off target with the 3. 1:51 left in the second quarter. Anthony against Walker. And Lonnie Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Wagner with a screen on Oubre. Here's the three. And Wagner hits from deep. He's got 5.
Too much space on the perimeter. There needs to be a little more energy from the defense.
Maxey surveys. Walker in the post. Working on Anthony. For 3. Maxey gets the 3 to fall. And the 76ers lead by 4.
Recognize the D is closing in. Maxey letting it go.
Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Now here's Walker. No points yet.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Kicks it out to Wagner. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
For 3, Maxey. Anthony grabs the board. Orlando has gone 6 for 12 from deep so far in this game. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Black, no good. The Sixers leading. Outside Maxey. Walker in the post. Defended by Wagner. And stolen by Anthony. Takes a 3. That one no good. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Philadelphia on top, up by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
On the court for the Magic, the backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope. Goga Bitadze is out there with Jonathan Isaac. And it's Ben Carroll in at the 3. Philadelphia leading by 3. Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball.
Orlando ball.
The Magic shooting a nice 50% for the game. With an MVP trophy under his belt, Joel Embiid has only become more dominant, RJ.
I think that 2023 MVP increased his confidence. It allowed him to feel like he really was the best player in the world. And I think it motivated him to keep pushing himself. And the results speak for themselves because the stats, they back that up.
I mean, 6'10", about 250, Ben Carroll imposing his will inside.
Embiid against Isaac. Back to George. From deep three-point range, the long-distance 3 is buried. George has got 13 now.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And Carroll surveys. Outside, Caldwell-Pope. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Here's Isaac. And the dunk by Isaac.
And that was a big man play by Isaac, going in with intention and dunking it.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. Now here's George. He's got 13. And the jam by George.
Yeah, it seems like George could do this all night. He just keeps finding shots.
Caldwell Pope against Lowry. Picked by Isaac. Caldwell Pope, the pass to Isaac. To the paint. And the dunk by Isaac.
Already an excellent passer at his position. Banchero just loves showing off his court vision.
Lowry, the pass to George. Here's Yabusele. George outside. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Yeah, such a skilled scorer. When George is looking to attack, it puts pressure on the D.
We know how great Joel Embiid is, but he simply hasn't been as effective in the postseason.
Part of that is because of all the defensive attention he gets. We know things tighten up in the postseason and things become much more challenging. That's why he needs a better supporting cast.
Now here's Banchero. Give him 8 points now. He drops it from range.
Yeah, there's not much Banchero can't do in the pick and roll set. He's comfortable as the roller or with the ball in his hands.
Embiid with it. Now guarded by Isaac. And the 76ers going with a whole new group out there. Orlando making some changes.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Drummond with the screen. For three, Maxey. It's rebounded by Wagner.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
They set the pick. Wagner, the pass to Wagner. Here's Black. It's stolen by Oubre. Inside, Edwards.
Oh, nice finish.
Man, big time right there.
Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. Here's Maxey. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And he took off like a jet. Maxey, he's got some afterburners.
Maxey against Anthony. Wagner outside. Wagner with a screen on Oubre. Wagner, the pass to Wagner. Here's Black. Anthony outside. 6 to shoot. And Anthony slams it in.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year. Outside Maxey. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Just lost his head out there. It'll happen if you're pushing a little too hard.
A remarkable defensive play. The replay showing once again the tenacity on that end.
Oh, terrific defensive intensity right there. Getting stops like that is crucial for them right now.
Here's Black. He's scoreless. Over Walker. Black, no good. Philadelphia leading by 3. On the attack, Oubre. Drummond with the screen. Edwards, a pass to Drummond. And here's Oubre from the arc. Drills it from deep. Oubre's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
Drew the defense and made the proper read, hitting his teammates on the perimeter.
They grabbed their own miss. Tipped. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Kelly Oubre out there with Edwards. Then it's Maxey, then it's Andre Drummond, and it's Walker in a 2-guard. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Pass to Edwards. Now here's Oubre. Lets it go from deep. Orlando with the rebound. Here's De Silva, and that one is hammered home.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Here's Maxey. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Turning on the Jets, Maxey found a lane and made them pay.
Maxey against Anthony. Let's go with a three. It's hauled in by the Sixers. Drummond's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And Franz Wagner picks up the foul. That's his first foul. A line change here for Orlando.
First team foul.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. Looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to find out what Nick Nurse was discussing with his players. He implored his team to use the clock. He said the clock is our friend. No need to rush things unless they give us a free one. Let's squeeze them out of this game. Back to you, Brian.
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
So tenacious. Maxey finds a way through.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
First team foul.
And it's the Magic with the ball. 8-point game. Natase with a screen. Caldwell Pope. The pass to Banchero. Just 5 on the clock. Banchero finishes with force inside.
And I think we're going to see a lot of nights like this from Banchero. He is built to score and never seems to take a play off.
Maxey passes to George. Embiid a screen on Isaac. Here's George. And it's blocked by Isaac.
Yeah, great length from Isaac. He gets the hand up, gets a piece, using that big wingspan.
Ooh, Banchero getting it done and tight.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
For 3, Maxey. Caldwell Pope pulls it in. Magic trail by 4. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Just magnificent. I mean, he punishes the D for lackluster effort.
They look a little disorganized there. The result is an emphatic jam.
Yeah, when you're not locked in on defense, they will make you pay with an easy finish there.
This team counts on George to deliver points. His consistency under pressure is key to their offense.
Suggs, the pass to Banchero. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Maxey. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Suggs against George. Suggs surveys the D. Suggs with a screen on Maxey. Caldwell Pope for 3. Buries it from 3. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
And stolen by Suggs. Banchero outside. To the inside. Suggs outside. There's a minute 12 left in the 4th quarter. Clock at 6. And he goes in for the dunk.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, we'll take it.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Here's Suggs. Count it!
Putting this team on his back. I love seeing Suggs take charge like this.
For 3, Maxey. Caldwell Pope pulls it in. And the Magic with possession. To take the lead. Oh, he knocked down the trifecta.
And you look look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
And they look like a completely different team. I wonder what coach said to them at halftime to help spark this momentum change.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Suggs. Yeah!
Ooh, a clutch bucket. A defensive stop now could be all it takes to clinch the win.
And here is Maxey. And there's the drive. Money!
Oh, for a shorter guy, he's got major ups. I mean, able to throw it down over defenders twice his size, incredible. B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
And this is what it's all about. This shot could win the game. Not much time left, but they have just enough to execute a play.
For three, Maxey. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Suggs. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. So a close game here sees Orlando taking this one. And this...
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mirror, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the still. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking for
front court break.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Leonard and Jones slot in at the small and power forward. Harden out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, my. James Harden with a statement right there.
Philadelphia with the ball. 4-point game. Maxey kicks to Yabusele. Kicks it out to Maxey. Outside, George takes the 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, Paul George able to keep that shot high in the air. This is a dangerous long-range bomber.
You've seen, Doris, Paul George's journey from role player to MVP candidate.
There's a reason, Kevin, Paul George is one of the most emulated players in the league with young people. His game is so well-rounded, and maybe his best attribute is his adaptability. Paul George is equally comfortable either being the lead man or, if need be, he can play with 2 or 3 other stars and still be effective. Really incredible.
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. The three-pointer no good.
Philadelphia foul. Quentin Grimes. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Harden against George. Banked in off the glass.
James Harden's ability to finish with either hand, so crafty, understanding how to navigate around defenses when he's in the painted area.
They set the pick. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established a position there.
Here's Maxey. No good from outside. Clippers have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Harden looking it over. And the 3 off target. Philadelphia's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Pass to Grimes. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid.
Using those sidelines to find an open guy. Embiid always ready to deliver.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. Well, he's worried about a number of issues, and front and center, James Harden. He said James will dissect you. It's hard to speed him up and hard to slow him down. He's their catalyst. But he thinks if they do a good job on Harden, they have a good shot at winning. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And don't sleep on Maxey's vertical. He's great at using it to hammer those down.
Second team foul.
1:52 left in the first quarter. Leonard with the screen on George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to Harden. Clock at 4. Jones with George picks him up. Leonard sets a screen for Jones.
Well, not only is he a tremendous athlete, but Paul George is a terrific positional defender, and he just uses that body so well to contest shots.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Embiid wide open. Off target from outside. The Clippers in the lead.
Philadelphia foul.
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Craig, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
Leonard, the pass to Harden. That falls. Nice feed that time from Leonard. Harden's got 11 points.
Well, the mechanics of James Harden's shooting are just so defined and on point. He gets the ball, and he's ready to shoot right away.
Outside, George. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, you have to respect the career of Paul George. He has faced at one point a career-ending injury. He keeps battling to get back on the floor through constant injury.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Harden. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
Shooting for LA, James Harden, taking 2 shots. The play is under video review under NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Simmons, and he converts the layup.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Maxey, buried from outside. I don't know.
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
It's like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need to replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game. And
James Harden getting it done for the Clippers. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
They've got Lowry. Edwards is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Gordon in at the 2 guard. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Simmons on the wing. Doris, it's great to see the excitement that surrounds women's basketball currently, isn't it?
It's great, Kevin, that these incredible players with a high skill level are being acknowledged, not only for that skill, but the quality of play, the competitive spirit of these women. They have worked as hard, and they should get as much recognition.
Powell, that's good. Powell's got 4 points in the quarter.
Wow, with contact in the restricted area, Norman Powell, pretty play.
Lowry passes to Oubre. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. He takes it in. Pass to Edwards. Batum grabs the miss. Clippers leading by 5. Simmons with it. He's picked up by Drummond. Oubre with the steal. Gordon against Bogdanovich. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Powell with the steal. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. A shot by Batum, no good. The 76ers trail by 3. In the corner, it's Gordon from downtown. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And so many of Gordon's shots come from three-point range because he drains so many of them. When you've had his kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light.
Simmons, a screen on Lowry. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Recently, Doris, the Clippers have had their most successful stretch in franchise history.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They've only missed the playoffs twice, going all the way back to 2012. They made their first conference finals in team history back in 2021. Not bad for a franchise that had one of the worst win-loss records in league history.
Outside, Batum hands it from downtown. Batum's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
You can't allow Nicholas Batum a free look from 3. This guy is a knockdown shooter.
Oubre, no one around him. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Simmons against Edwards. Bucket is good. Simmons got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
My goodness, defense was there, but Ben Simmons makes that finish look easy.
Now the Clippers moving it up. And Nicholas Batum, the bucket on the assist by Powell.
Assisted by
Batum's got 5 points now in the quarter. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
For 3, Oubre. Eubanks grabs the miss. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Simmons inside. Edwards there. Just 5 to shoot. Simmons inside. Edwards defending. Simmons can't get it to go. Good if it goes.
The play is under video review.
They need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. The teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half.
Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
At the line for the Clippers, James Harden. 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
Just kept reviewing closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Free throw good from Harden.
James Harden brings tremendous versatility. He can score it, he can distribute. Whatever you need from him offensively, he can provide it.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office. Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight. Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Maxey against Dunn. And here's Maxey. He's got 7, and he makes that one.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Here's Harden. Excellent D there from George.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And the foul on Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Maxey passes to Embiid. There's Embiid with the dunk.
And keeping that head on a swivel, Maxey anticipated his man to be there off that pick and roll and delivers a nice dime.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid.
That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Leonard looking around. Looking to end the run. Los Angeles with another miss. The 76ers leading by 6. But Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Here's Embiid. And the rejection by Zubac.
How about Zubac? Works so hard on the defensive end. Nicely done.
It's good.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
And talk about victors and guys who play to their strength. What about Zubac? He does a great job.
He does, Kevin. A 7-footer who wants to play like a 7-footer.
Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It's Harden with the drive and Harden with the stuff.
James Harden, with the ability that he has both from a smarts, IQ, and skill standpoint. Nice drive right there.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. Here's Eubanks, defended by Drummond. Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut down to just 3 in the basket from Eubanks.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Simmons against Oubre, and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. 1:51 left to play in the third. Simmons inside. Edwards there.
Goodness, Ben Simmons, unreal.
Lowry passes to Oubre. Edwards against Batum. Edwards drives in. Drummond with a screen on Batum to the inside. And another turnover here by Philadelphia. in the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Simmons. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, this is exactly where Ben Simmons looks to become assertive. The closer he is to the cup, the more dangerous he is.
Oubre, a screen on Powell. Now here's Drummond. He's tightly guarded. Shot clock at 6. Gordon dishes to Drummond, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
And Philadelphia making a change here. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They lead by 1. It counts, and the foul.
Defensive foul.
It's on Kelly Oubre.
Ben Simmons is so skilled at using his athleticism and strength to draw the contact. How about the end one opportunity?
Edwards, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Gordon up on top. He's covered by Bogdanovich. To halt the run, and Edwards with the stuff.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Simmons with it. He's picked up by Drummond. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Bogdanovich wide open. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Bogdanovich has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Oubre kicks to Edwards. Here's Bona. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Oubre. He's out there with Gordon. Edwards is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Bona in at the power forward. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Simmons inside. Defended by Drummond. A nice shot by Simmons. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Ben Simmons playing fearlessly and getting to all the spots on the floor he's comfortable in.
Oubre passes to Edwards. To the right side. And stolen by Simmons. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
5 to shoot. And Simmons kicks to Powell. Off target with his 3.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Maxey attacking and slammed. By Maxey.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
The 76ers trail by 3. Drew Eubanks gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubats is checked in for Eubanks. Leonard comes in for Norman Powell. Donnie's checked in for Bogan Bogdanovic. And it's Harden in for Nicholas Batum. Leonard sets a screen for Harden. Kicks it out to Leonard.
And Leonard is such a tough cover. He's so good at baiting the D into foul.
And the first one drops. Kelly Oubre's checked in for the 76ers.
Kawhi Leonard.
Leonard hits them both. The 76ers have gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And that one's good. Maxey.
Nice read by Maxey. Sees it, hits it, done.
On against Maxey. Leonard sets a screen for Harden to the paint. Leonard forces it through inside.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Harden outside. Simmons, a screen on Oubre. And Simmons slams it in.
Wow, Ben Simmons looking so confident in a big spot, guys.
Oubre passes to George. Count it. And they'll have a chance for a three-point play. It's gonna. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire. This is what it's for.
That's his third personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for your sixth.
You can tell what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told them this is what it's all about, proving we're the better team in the tough situations. But you got to want it. Coach told his guys they have what it takes to win here. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Simmons. And Embiid with the block.
And how about the anticipation from the big fella? Embiid is one of the league's premier shot blockers.
And that's an intentional foul. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Los Angeles?
They're still slashing and attacking the rim, and the defense yet to make the adjustment and keep the ball in front.
And the other thing, guys, that they've been very effective at is shooting the long-range jumpers. The defense has been having trouble closing out to them in this game in particular.
Zubac finds Leonard. Here goes Kawhi. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot two at the free throw line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
One of the key aspects for Kawhi Leonard's scoring per game is his ability to get to the free throw line. This guy lives there.
And he is unable to get the second one.
It should be a two-point lead, but they'll be satisfied to have edged into the lead.
Up top, Embiid. Outside, Maxey. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
And Simmons kicks to Harden. Simmons sets a screen for Harden. Outside Leonard. Got it.
And that one sent the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
That's his fourth personal foul. Fourth team foul.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within 2. And Embiid drops them both.
Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
And it's Harden with the ball for Los Angeles. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
At the line for the Clippers.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Those were pressure-packed free throws, and he looked as cool as he could be. So big to give them that 3-point lead.
George with the ball. For the tie, a 3-point. They may take a second to look at it. Boy, that was close. And they're going back to have a look at that shot once again to see if the horn had really sounded before the ball left his hand. This certainly isn't over yet. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this. Ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Andre Drummond is out there with Embiid. Then there's Maxey. Then it's Paul George. And it's Yabusele in at the 3. Simmons left side. In the corner. Harden. Six to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. No good from Simmons.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Maxey into the lane, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Boy, Maxey just goes for it, plays with a lot of courage. And team-wide, they've been terrific from the line here. Just one of those nights when the confidence has spread from one player to the next. And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Harden finds Dunn. Here's Harden. Outside for Simmons. Dunn outside. And here's Leonard from 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Yabusele. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And spotting the open teammate there. Nice work by Maxey.
Leonard attacking. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Driving the lane. Simmons dishes to Leonard for the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 7 rebounds in the game. Outside, Maxey. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid. Maxey's got the lead up to 7 now for the 76ers. Here's Simmons. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That's his 4th personal foul. 2nd team foul.
George with no one around. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
And here's Harden for 3. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
And you expect Harden to come through in big moments. Such a talented offensive player.
Embiid with the screen on Dunn. Maxey passes to Embiid. Embiid is a monster in the lane. Wow!
And there is no back down in Joel Embiid. He is ready to rise to the occasion possession in the big moment.
Trifecta.
One of the best closers in our game. James Harden coming up big.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. It falls!
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
A three from Leonard. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid inside, and he banks in the layup. And it's a 7-point Philadelphia lead.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
So the 76ers win it, and they had some nerve. Thank you, David. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony.
And so off the tip, it's the Magic. And now the Los Angeles starters. Kawhi is the 3 with Jones playing the 4. James Harden out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Zubats in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. Orlando with the ball. Suggs, the pass to Banchero. It's rebounded by Zubats.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Yeah, good to see Suggs bury the triple. This will only help with his confidence.
Suggs against Harden. Pass to Jones. Leonard outside for 3. That's good, and it's Jones with the assist.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Suggs, right side. And here's Caldwell Pope. The 3 ball. Jones grabs the board. It's picked off. The 3 is up. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here's Harden. And he buries his first look.
Even if he's not a big man, Harden can score inside with the best of them.
On the wing, Suggs. Defended by Dunn. Isaac, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Now Banchero. Puts up a deep 3. And he's missed his first 2 shots of the game.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. Yeah, not a smart move on that pass. Hopefully he'll learn from that.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Here's Harden. Orlando making their last shot, and Harden with the slam.
It's incredible. Harden's ability to read the floor and find the weakness.
Suggs, the pass to Caldwell Pope. And a miss there on the triple. Los Angeles leading by 4. Here's Leonard. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Paul Mosley said they're so tight together. It's just organic. They're happy at creating these relationships over time. And it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you. Leonard passes to Dunn. Offensive rebound. Here's Harden. Leonard outside. 6 on the shot clock. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
The wingspan of Kawhi is a bit sneaky, longer than you think. Makes him effective down low.
Suggs outside. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Isaac outside. Oh, trying his luck from deep. And another 3 for Orlando.
And I'm really liking the confidence from Isaac. He feels like no one can guard him off the catch.
Harden against Suggs. To the middle. Here's Leonard. And the dunk by Leonard.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now here's Suggs. 7 points in the game.
And how about the leaping ability of Suggs? Getting off the floor with such ease.
Outside Jones. Leonard looking over the floor. Harden with a screen on Banchero. Leonard passes to Harden. From 12 feet. It's rebounded by Banchero. Fires from deep. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
Jalen Suggs has been leading the charge for the Magic, hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
So here are the 5 for the Clippers to start the second. Norman Powell out there with Nicholas Batum. Then there's Bogdan Bogdanovic. Then it's Drew Eubanks. And it's Simmons in at the point.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not surprising he had an easier transition to the NBA.
Well, think about this, BA. I mean, he played against men very early in Germany, splitting time in Euroball, and at Michigan let him really develop in multiple ways. So he's seen it all and is still so young.
And he drives in. Here's the Silva. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. For 3, Anthony. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Powell outside. Pass to Bogdanovic. Oh, they get a hand on it. Wagner with a steal. From deep. And another 3 for Orlando.
Nice delivery there. You can't hesitate when a man comes free on the perimeter. He got it, went right into the shot.
There's Bogdanovic with the 3. And it's Orlando with a rebound. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Wagner, and he dunks it down.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Here's Eubanks. Hits the trifecta. Eubanks, he's got his first 3 points of the game.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Powell against Anthony. Pass to Black. Puts up a 3. Drains the triple. Black's got 6 points.
They're starting to pull away here as their shots keep falling.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
Simmons against Wagner. There's Bogdanovic with the 3. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, BA, and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse. But some rebuilds take longer than others. And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
Simmons looking around. Pass to Powell. Picked by Bogdanovic. Ooh, a clear look for Powell. And the Clippers again with a bucket.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Wagner with a screen on Powell. Anthony outside. And Anthony slams it in.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. Bogdanovic finds Simmons. Anthony against Bogdanovic. Over Anthony. Eubanks, the pass to Batum. Powell, it's good. Powell's gotten 4 this quarter.
Norman Powell has a lot of strength, and that time he played to it.
Orlando leading by 8. Here's Wagner. Oh, he gets it to go. So far, he can't miss. He's 4 for 4.
Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim.
Here's Powell. Takes it inside. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
Norman Powell is big and strong and stocky, so if he gets in that gap, it's like a bowling ball. He can take a hit.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Now here's Wagner. Give him 8. Pass to Anthony. 29 seconds left in the first half. Black, no good. Clippers trail by 8. It's stolen away.
Yeah, just hold for the last shot. Don't give them another possession at all.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Now Simmons. Outside Bogdanovich. Just 3 on the clock. And he lays it up and in. Bogdanovich has got 5 points. And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's the Magic leading by 9. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum squeeze. They're measuring up the shot.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Jalen Suggs with a strong contribution so far in this one.
His whole first half looked like a highlight reel, rising up and just owning the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Paolo Banchero is out there with Jonathan Isaac. And it's Batase in at the center position. That's who's out there for Orlando.
In transition, Banchero already knows to turn on the Jets. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense to catch up on him at all.
Magic leading by 11. Out left to the wing. And out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. And what you like about James Harden, he can play with any set of teammates, Brent.
Well, we're seeing this transition, BA, right, from Harden being this elite offensive system by himself to now being a better teammate, a guy who can facilitate and set guys up to make better offensive plays. So not shouldering the entire load anymore. He's been very flexible over the past couple seasons.
Love the quick shot there. Suggs looking decisive and comfortable, stopping and firing.
And foul called on Jalen Suggs. That's his first foul of the game. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Leonard's shot's good.
I mean, is there another guy in the league who knows when his team needs this kind of lift? Kawhi getting those 3 points right back.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Jones sets the screen. Leonard on the wing. Isaac covering. On the wing, Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The baseline J is on the way. They get it back. And the foul called on Jalen Suggs. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Harden, the pass to Leonard. 4 on the clock.
Yeah, the length of Isaac is such a tool on defense. It is so tough to get around that wingspan.
Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
Reliable approach, getting the ball in the paint and going to work.
Los Angeles shooting their first foul shot of the game. And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. They're leading by 8. For 3, Caldwell Pope knocks down the triple. Caldwell Pope's got 6.
Got to stay connected to Caldwell Pope. He's a knockdown shooter, and he can get it going.
Here's Dunn. It's rebounded by Banchero. Orlando leading by 11. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
We've seen scoring totals increasing, and fans might appreciate it, but NBA VP and head of basketball ops Joe Dumars said, quote, "I think what fans really want to see is incredible competition. The score is secondary to that. And guys shocked about competing, D brought it at both ends of the floor."
No doubt about that. Well said, Allie.
Yeah, once Suggs gets hot, he's not easy to stop, especially when he's getting whatever shot he wants.
And the Magic pushing it up now. Pass to Caldwell-Pope. And another three for Orlando.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And they blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance at another one at the stripe.
Zubac's such a towering presence, a guy who's capable of scoring through contact.
Oh, Banchero throws it down.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, the thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out. And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
And Banchero gets it to go.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots.
Harden, deep three-point land. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Count it. Banchero's got 9 points now in the second half.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
Caldwell-Pope for three. It's rebounded by Zubac. Los Angeles has gone just 1 of 6 from long distance here in the third. The shots just aren't falling. Up top, Harden. He's covered by Caldwell-Pope. Harden can't hit. Suggs outside. And he's going for the lob. And the dunk by Isaac.
Precision pass into the post. Well-earned assist.
At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one may have already been decided. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And the Magic shooting about 70% from the floor. Hard to do better than that. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth. Nicholas Batum out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Drew Eubanks. Then it's Ben Simmons. And it's Bogdanovich in at the shooting guard position. 18 feet out. De Silva with the rebound.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
For three, Anthony. Fade away. Orlando again missing. The Clippers shooting a solid 47%. Bogdanovich from long range. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for three.
Now, Bogdanovich does those things that go underappreciated on the stat sheet, but much appreciated by the coaching staff. Such a valuable player.
Well, Brent, this is the 8th season for Bogdanovich. He's as steady as a metronome, man.
You know, the thing, B.A., I don't think guys appreciate him as much as they should in that off-guard position. He is gritty and competitive. He can shoot the ball. He's willing to take big shots. And I love the pace and competitiveness he plays with.
Wagner outside. This one for three. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Simmons. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. Orlando has gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth. Anthony with a bucket.
Offense has been hard to come by so far. A much-needed bucket right there.
Yeah, the buckets have been few and far between, and neither team able to get into any sort of offensive rhythm.
The Magic have gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the fourth. Pass to De Silva. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Three-pointer, no good. The Clippers have gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. Oh, got that one up quick. Bogdanovich has got 5 points now this quarter.
Great strides in honing in his shot, looking more and more comfortable on the offensive end is Bogdanovich.
Here's De Silva. Pass to Wagner. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Wagner for 3. That shot missing. Los Angeles has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. The Magic have got 2 of 8 shots to drop in the final quarter. Black, no good.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And he comes up with a bucket.
And you might very well see some more parts of Bogdanovich's game with a night like this.
And he lobs it up.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. Puts up a deep 3. Bogdanovich, no good.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Fires for 3. Anthony misses. Well, the Clippers shooting at about 44% so far. Powell outside. Cuts off the pass. And they're running.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Magic.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Jalen Suggs.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Yeah, an elite passing forward. Simmons just dropping a dime.
Wagner with a screen on Bogdanovich. Shots good by Black.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And we've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Wagner outside. That three's off the mark. And so it's Bogdanovich with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Pass to Batum. From deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Wagner. Fires from way outside. Misses there. So no problem for Orlando as they get the win. We saw 2 different teams tonight.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut.
wear down either team in this matchup because of their depth.
And Kevin, you've got to give both front offices a ton of credit. I mean, you've got to find guys and try to be economical about it, and they need to be able to play important minutes for you. It's a little more art than science, and kudos to both of these front offices.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. We've got Maxey. George is out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Edwards. And it's Drummond in at the center, locking down the middle.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Puts up a three, and Paul George good for the three.
Because he's a stretch floor with a reliable and consistent three, George adds a lot to this offense.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. A three ball. It's Drummond with the rebound. Throughout his career, Clark, Contavious Caldwell Pope has proven himself to be a quality player.
He certainly has, and I love the way he plays. He's locked in all the time at both ends. Really not only understands his role, Kevin, but embraces it. He's out there to space the floor with his shooting and then provide a lot of energy and versatility on defense. Boy, I like Suggs knocking down that mid-range jump shot. That's what the defense gave him. Make him pay for it.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Batadze with the bucket.
Boy, good vision that time from Suggs on this play, finding the most ready shooter and fed him nicely.
Drummond sets the screen for George. They get it back. The Magic have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Pass to Batadze. Good ball movement here by the Magic. And stolen by Drummond. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Well, this is Drummond's defensive mindset paying off here. Sees a chance to make the steal and capitalize.
Ball's knocked loose. Paul George with the steal. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
And that one's good. Suggs.
Well, that's just the toughness basket by Suggs right there. Remember now, this young man was an all-state football player in high school.
Outside Edwards. Embiid with the screen on Caldwell Pope. And Edwards with the stuff.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And so here's Orlando. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Caldwell Pope with a screen for Banchero. A three-pointer off the mark. The 76ers leading by 7. Here's Maxey. Plays it up off the glass. Maxey's got 5 points so far.
Finishing despite the contact on him. Serious toughness from Maxey there.
Now, let's go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Jamal Mosley.
He thinks Tyrese Maxey is a guy they have to watch. He said he reads the floor well and understands situational basketball. Defensively, it's tough to speed him up or slow him down. He really plays at his own pace. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. Here is Edwards. Jalen Suggs making his last shot. And Edwards slams it in.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Pass to Banchero. Here's the 3. Drills it from outside.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
Here's George. Banchero grabs the board. The Magic trail by 6. Caldwell Pope with it. Picked up by Edwards. No one near Isaac as he lets it go. And a miss there on the triple. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
George against Banchero. Puts up a deep three. And Paul George gets the three. 12 points for him.
You know, George is unstoppable when he puts it all together like this.
Caldwell-Pope with a screen for Suggs. From past the arc. That one's not going to go. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. 70. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
One other factor today, points off turnover. I mean, let's see if they can keep up the pressure, capitalize off more forced miscues.
Here's Anthony. So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Oubre, Abusele out there with Lowry, and it's Grimes in at the 2.
Anthony going up top. Don't let his size fool you, folks. Cole's got some hops.
And Cole Anthony is some kind of scorer when he gets hot.
Yeah, he's really special when he gets it going. He can beat you by himself. That's how good he is. He's a little mercurial, up and down, volatile a bit. But I tell you what, I like what he gives you when he's playing at his best.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now here's Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Here is Lowry following the bucket by Orlando. Just 4 to shoot. Sweet little floater. Lowry's got the lead up to 9 now for Philadelphia.
Oh, love the smooth shot from Lowry. Keeping it out of the defense's reach with the floater.
Wagner passes to Anthony. Wagner has screen on Lowry. Kicks it out to Wagner. Pass to Anthony. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Here's Yabusele. Nothing on the board. Here's Grimes. Oh, that's blocked. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. And he gets it back. Oubre outside. Out left to the wing. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Just 5 on the clock. Lowry kicks to Yabusele. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. There's a good screen. Back the pass to Anthony. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Now Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Wagner able to bounce to the rack and throw it down, and he'll do so just about any time he has the opportunity.
And Clark, we know the last handful of years, the 76ers have been a threat in the East.
7 straight years of playoff runs. Can't get past that second-round barrier, though, Kevin. But as far as success, they've been as consistent as it comes in the East the last decade.
Oubre can't get it to go. The Magic have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Wagner kicks to Black. Pass to De Silva. Sinks the triple. De Silva's got 5.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Oubre with it. Now Anthony defending. Lowry has the open look. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Love the response from Lowry. When you drain a 3 on him, this guy's coming right back at you.
Here's Black. Here's De Silva. Wagner, right side. Shot clock at 6. And again, it's Orlando converting.
You like to see that from Wagner. I mean, as he continues to develop his mid-range game, I think we'll see more and more of that.
They set the screen. Got that one up quick. And the 76ers lead by 3.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Anthony looking it over. Takes it inside. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
You see the quickness there from Anthony, beating everybody to the spot.
9 seconds left to play here in the half. Lets the 3 fly. Shot by Grimes. No good. Here's Black. And a close game so far for the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. So thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been one outstanding game from George.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Maxey. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Isaac out there with Banchero. And it's Bitadze in at the 5 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Jamal Mosley. Philadelphia has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And it's Contavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. George against Banchero.
You know, you look at Isaac, and the first thing you notice, guys, is his length. This guy is really long, and that helps him on the defensive end. Could not bring the pump fake back in quickly enough, and the defender takes advantage.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate the open court when a steal triggers the break.
On Rookie of the Year in 2023, and here we go with the Coach's Challenge. Not surprised.
Second team foul. At the line for the
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right.
The 76ers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
And it's Lowry with the ball, brings it up for Philadelphia. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Paolo Banchero.
I think George is clearly one of the most difficult covers in the league. When he's taking it strong to the basket, the defense sometimes has no choice but to foul him.
Suggs looking around. Over in the corner, Isaac. Banchero outside. They set the pick. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Suggs. Down low, Paul George with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Strong move and a little spicy too. Embiid's passion for the game, the way he plays, I love it.
Suggs kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to Suggs. Caldwell Pope outside. Here's Banchero. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
And guys, that strength will serve Banchero really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already.
Clark, I know you'd agree, Paolo Banchero has certainly lived up to the hype, being a #1 overall pick.
Yeah, you know, I loved him when he was in college. Loved his size, his athleticism, his IQ, his tenacity. I mean, I don't think there's anything on the floor that he can't do.
And Drummond kicks to Edwards. Good on the jump shot. Edwards got 6.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And here is Suggs. 8 points for him. Pass to Bitadze. Kicks it out to Banchero. Fires from deep. For the tie, it's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's George. That one goes. Counted. 15 points in the game.
George takes the contact, but good body control there allows him to finish.
And he commits the intentional foul. So a new group on the floor for Orlando.
3rd team foul. Substitution on the court.
We've got 1:13 left in the 3rd. Pass to Anthony. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul.
At the line for 2.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge.
First personal foul. 4th team foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers in the driver's seat, up 8 points. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up. Tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Abusele out there with Oubre. Then there's Maxey. And it's Bona in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. Now, he was vocal in the huddle. He told his guys, don't quit on each other. We're still in this game, guys, but I need each one of you to up your energy level. Let's make a run now. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. Maxey into the lane, and slam dunk by Maxey.
Just way too fast for him. Maxey, quick on the drive.
Pass to De Silva. They set the pick. Back to Anthony. Inside. Wagner against Oubre. Just 5 to shoot. The Magic need to get a shot off here. De Silva, no good. The 76ers leading by 13. Here's Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Here's Wagner. Plays it up and banks it in.
Wagner knows how to handle his business inside, mainly due to how much confidence he brings to the court.
Pass to Grimes. 3-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. And the 76ers lead by 16.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Well, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped. Oh, I love watching him flush it home, showing how easily he can get off the ground and bang it.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, that's exactly their plan here in the 4th. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
No one covered.
You just know from a very young age, Cole Anthony's been perfecting that 3-point shot. Maybe like his dad. His dad was kind of a pedestrian 3-point shooter.
Shot by Grimes, no good.
Well, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
Boy, his ability to penetrate in this one has really been something special, making the defense really look helpless as he was able to get inside time and time again. Not that it's easy to stop a guy with his ball skill and agility, but boy, did he make it look easy.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the stars. And he's done more than his share tonight, an outstanding performance. It's stolen by Banchero. Banchero was screened for Caldwell Pope. Pass to Bitadze. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
And smart ball movement there from Banchero. And that selflessness will endear him to his teammates.
Embiid with a screen on Banchero. George looking around. There's the drive.
I like the intensity that George.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
First one falls for him.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
The Magic trail by 15.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the 76ers.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for George.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
And here's George for three. No basket. That's his fifth miss in 11 attempts from the floor. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for Orlando. It's a 13-point game. Isaac outside. Pass to Suggs. Isaac a screen on George. And he drives in. Here's Suggs. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 24 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And so the 76ers can now just hold on to the ball.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already ready for the X-Factor.
And George gets the whistle that time. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game.
And you hate to have a player foul out, but their depth could be an asset here, helping them weather his absence.
Both free throws good from Suggs.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising, an effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
Embiid from outside. The shot missing. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily and in the... Thank you, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.